Hello viewers, as I promised you guys in my previous video, now I am going to reveal that secret to the scientist of the world through this video series. Here I am going to tell how our universe came into its present form after traveling from nothing to everything or from zero to infinity. It seems unimaginable that such a vast universe came into existence only at a point in space due to a horrible tumultuous expansion. To solve this mystery, many theories like quantum theory, general relativity theory, string theory, etc. are supporting the Big Bang model. Hope you all are familiar with these factors. Still, the reveal over those mysteries has not been left. After all, why? Here I would like to inspire you to go beyond those familiar notions, to think a little something new or to understand from a new angle. Hope I will get your full cooperation. Friends, to understand how matter was created from zero, it is necessary to know some important facts related to this. We know that all stars, galaxies, or matter, including all types of particles found in our known universe, are existing in three dimensions. Time is accepted as a fourth dimension of existing model. All fundamental forces like electromagnetic force, gravitational force, strong and weak nuclear forces works in three-dimensional frame because it interacts with particles in all directions of space-time. Although the stressed fabric model of gravitational field indicates that the structure of such field is made up of only two dimensions, where particles or body like stars or black hole make distortion in space-time. It not relates with truth because warpness in such field may not be in only one direction. It works in surrounding. So we can say that the gravitational field is also present in three-dimensional shape and it may be present as a gravitational matrix. Conclusion is that the whole world exists in three dimensions with all types of particles including all kind of forces. Now we should discuss about a point in space. Everyone knows that point has no dimension, but it actually exists in quantum level. It can be considered as non-dimensional or zero-dimensional or virtual particle. Imagine that infinite number of such particles are being placed exactly adjacent to each other and measure its length, width or height. You might be surprised that resultant measurement will be absolute zero because the sum of any two or more than two zero-dimensional space will remain zero. Now think a little ahead. Imagine arranging the same dimensionless or virtual particles with adding some space between two of them or arranging with some space among them. Then resultant constructions show increase in measurement of their dimension. This factor indicates that none of the dimension is possible without addition of space between real or virtual particle in their direction. It means space plays very important role in our known universe. In case of virtual or zero-dimensional particle, we can't imagine any creation under law of physics. How many number of virtual or zero-dimensional particles are present in a point like space, that does not matter. They do not form any meaningful structure unless there is a space between them. It may behave like a situation or arrangement imagined just before the time of Big Bang as point of singularity, or you can say quantum singularity, where whole particles of the world were existing inside the point without any space force of attraction or repulsion or any gravitational attachment among them. So what happened then? That suddenly so much energy came inside it that of virtual particles inside were forced to run away from point of singularity, and there was a fierce explosion of energy in that primeval. To answer these important questions, I am going to propose my idea through my channel Science Angle to the world for the first time, which will be helpful in advancing quantum physics. Now imagine a zero-dimensional particle that is a part of the quantum world. It is complete in itself. It does not have any effect on its existence with or around any other zero-dimensional particle like itself, no matter what the distance between them is. It does not affect the form because in that state they don't react with each other. Now suppose that each zero-dimensional virtual particle is basically a combination of two zero-dimensional subparticles, and they form such a pair that presence of any other neighboring zero-dimensional particle have nothing to do with it. Now, if for some reason there is a distance created between the complete particle, then the next possibility is that they can find each other complementary zero-dimensional subparticles and achieve their saturation, or else the distance between them increase more. So both the incomplete zero-dimensional subparticle will remain independent and look for their complementary pair. Then a miracle will happen. That incomplete particle will start affecting the other zero-dimensional particle present around it, or will try to break that pair and make its own part. Otherwise, it will forcefully pull it towards itself, and at the same time will try to drive away similar subpart from concerning pair. If such an event occurs in a matrix of virtual or zero-dimensional particle, then both the subparticles will automatically carry out the same event in their respective fields. As a result, three-dimensional particle of two different nature will be born, as you can understand in this picture. Here described thoughts are wholly proposed by me. So I have right to name these particles used in this theory. Let's start addressing them by giving an important historical name. The corpuscular theory of light proposed by Newton was being strongly challenged by Heisenberg's wave theory, so a stationary medium was needed to propagate the wave, which scientists of the time named the ether. In such a situation, it seemed possible to find the velocity of the earth in comparison to the ether medium. In those days, Michelson and Morley conducted a historical experiment. The result, which was opposite to the expectation. The hidden fact that result was that the earth does not move relative to ether but is moving along with it. During the course of resolving this dispute, Einstein proposed an important theory stating that the concept of relative motion in an imaginary medium is meaningless, and the relative motion is only possible between real things. Relativity theory has been given so much value that we have forgotten that something may exist in the emptiness of the space. But we can't neglect the truth. After discarding ether theory, scientists are now searching for dark matter and dark energy in the same emptiness of space. They imagine presence of various types of field responsible for force, including so-called Higgs field, in the light of quantum theory. It's amazing. To go deep in the theory, let's proceed with historical name. Whatever particles are present in non-dimensional state in the emptiness of the universe, those are named as etherion particles and will address the medium once again by the name ether. In my opinion, ether can be a brick material whose different arrangement make matter, antimatter, energy, or all other known unknown particles that make up all of those particles responsible for different kind of force, etc. To know how do they interact with each other, please stay tuned with my channel for better understanding about how it creates field, etc. Etherion behaves like a complete particle in its steady state. It itself is formed by its conjugation of two subparticles, and both of them are completely satisfying each other to exist in their zero-dimensional state. To identify both subparticles are named as negavion and posivion according to their different nature of charge. Each are ideal complementary particle for another one. Quantum theory and cosmological prediction may support that with mathematical evidences. Usually they are found together, but in some special circumstances their pairs can break too. Thus, we can say that the zero-dimensional particles of their medium etherion breaks into negavion and posivion subparticles and gets scattered separately. Both scattered subparticles can't live alone because of their affinity to its compatible pair. So both separated particles start to affect their surroundings and try to be complete or achieve near to complete itself. In case of negavion, it attracts posivions from their surrounding etherion particles and repels negavion from there. Because the negativity showing property of negavion try to conjugate with posivion present in each etherion particle as you see in the picture. Later on, negavion forms an unique structure in which the capacity to create field, space, charge, acting force, etc. got developed automatically. Similarly, the separated posivion attracts negavions around itself and form a three-dimensional ball-like structure in which properties like space, force, field-making tendency, charge, etc. are developed. Well, the same thing happen in our universe also. When we talk about electron-positron pair production by energy. This is the gateway from the zero-dimensional world to the three-dimensional world, or you can say the gateway of everything from nothing. Later on, I will explain how other heavy particles like quark, baryons, bosons, etc. are formed and in which conditions, how forces interact between them, etc. So friends, the video has also become very long. So I would like to tell before stopping it that our next episode how the particle pair is annihilated and converted into energy. Where did the energy comes from in this universe and inside which cosmic region it is hiding, etc., etc. If you have learned something new through this video part, then please like, share and subscribe to my channel. To get notifications, please press the bell icon. Till then, bye. Have a nice day. Thanks for watching.